Celeste went missing in California, I want to say about a year and a half ago. Don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure exactly, but I know over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, she went missing in California. She was 14, I believe, at the time that she went missing. And when her mother reported her missing, her mother said, yeah, I believe that she had a boyfriend named David, never realizing that the boyfriend, David, is the singer David, all right? And guys, that's just even that is just the start of this, okay? Now, apparently this goes even deeper than that, okay? Y'all, if you guys listen to his music, you know he wrote the song, or he sang the song, Romantic Homicide. And then he's got the song Celeste with the girl's name, Celeste in the lyrics. Was he with this 14-year-old girl? He was 21. And, well, I believe he still is 21. However, he's a freaking adult. And this was a little girl. A little girl. Is the Celeste from the lyrics the little girl Celeste that went missing a year and a half ago? That was just found in his trunk? Y'all, this is wild. It's disgusting. It's because if you go look at his lyrics, they're disturbing. They're disturbing. So y'all go down that rabbit hole because, man, it's absolutely wild. Um, Amy Bradley, guys. Amy Bradley's family has been really suspicious to me. You guys all know that. You guys know that I went down this whole Amy Bradley rabbit hole, and they are pushing this GoFundMe really, really hard. I'm going to post some clips here showing how I don't know what they did with the $250,000 reward that they had collected the first time around when the donations weren't through the GoFundMe, but they were through the website. Don't forget that the Bradley family had collected life insurance policy on her. They have been collecting money for years in her name for this, you know, supposed investigation that they're doing. And recently, as recent as June of this year, they started a new GoFundMe now for investigative purposes, for travel expenses, for medical care when she gets, found or whatever. But they've been really pushing this GoFundMe, like really hard. So they went and they said on their personal, on the Amy Bradley, the official website or the official Facebook page, that they want all of their 18.5 thousand followers to donate $5 every payday. It's wild, guys. They're really pushing it hard and not doing anything with it. They're not showing what they're doing to find Amy Bradley. So that is super sus to me that they're out here making money off this girl's name. And what are you doing? Now they're playing the part well, don't get me wrong. They're playing the whole, I'm looking for my sister, she went missing. We're doing documentaries. No, Netflix did the documentary. They were going to do the documentary with or without the Bradley family. But they keep telling different stories. Now, in one case, they're saying that they still have the $250,000 reward money. In the next, and I'll post all of that right here for you guys to see. In the next post, he's talking about we really need to get a move on with this GoFundMe because we don't have any money and we need it. And the the they are pushing this GoFundMe so hard, and it's just really raising a red flag to me. Now, it's one thing to sit there and say that you're going to raise money for searching and stuff like that, but how hard they're pushing this, but not giving anybody anything about what they're doing with the money. What are you doing with the money? And then that whole comment, you guys remember the whole Kim Kardashian comment? Instead of saying that, we're going to reach out to Kim Kardashian, she can help us bring publicity to Amy Bradley's story. help us get it out there, talk about it, bring awareness, whatever the case may be. No, 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 not the Bradley family. The Bradley family said that they were trying to contact Kim Kardashian so she can make a large donation. Hey, Moo. So she can make a large donation. It was all about money, not about anything else that she could do for them. So I don't know. I'm really suspicious on why they're pushing this GoFundMe. As hard as they are, it's almost like they're scamming. To me, it's starting to look like a scam because their story's changing, everything's changing. The money, the GoFundMe's out there being pushed hardcore. Nothing's being shown that they're doing with the money. Like, what investigating you doing? It just is starting to look like a scam. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you feel like the Bradleys could possibly be scamming? Could all of this have been a scam from Amy Bradley's tragedy? You got the lawsuit that they lied in court, so that was dismissed with prejudice. You had the life insurance policy. You've had the website that was collecting money all along for 27 years. You got the new GoFundMe that was put out in June that has already raised $35,000. What are they doing? They've admitted themselves they've never gone back to the island. They don't think it's safe. However, dude, Curaçao's probably safer than the United States at this point. I'm just saying. So tell me what you guys think about the whole GoFundMe. I don't know. It's just a red flag to me that they are pushing this that hard. So let's do a little update on Lake and Snelling, guys. So you know that Lake and Snelling is a 23-year-old stunt cheerleader from the University of Kentucky who nobody knew she was pregnant. Apparently this girl gave birth in her room, in her bedroom, in an apartment she shared off campus. And she gave birth to this baby by herself in a room, which is wild. All right? Because I don't know how people do that quiet. And then I had 10 kids, and I can assure you that it's painful, just a lot of bit. But this girl apparently went and she gave birth to a baby boy, and wrapped it in a towel, placed it in a trash bag, cleaned up all of the mess, put the trash bag in the closet, took a nap, and then went to class. Which, it it blows my mind that these people could just drop kids and they're off at class and doing all the things like it never happened. I don't know. Y'all, after I had a baby, I was like, I couldn't move for 2 days. Like, y'all just get up and go to class, and they're just, cleaning it up. Now, she did admit to the police, though, that she gave birth. She did clean up the evidence of the baby and put the baby along with the trash in the trash bag. She was picked up. She's now on a $100,000 bond awaiting her trial for abusing a corpse, for tampering with evidence, and concealing the birth of a child, I believe, are the charges. But here's my question. From what I've seen, the preliminary report for the baby's autopsy showed it was a baby boy, but they could not say if that baby was born dead or alive. If we can't prove that, do you think that do you think she's really going to be convicted of these charges? Or do you think that she'll be able to pull a sob story and get away with them and not actually be charged? Now, this whole thing with why she had a baby and didn't tell anybody, and everyone's got their, stories and their theories or whatever. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm really curious to know if she had a scholarship to the University of Texas for the stunt team. Because then I can kind of see why she didn't want to tell anybody that she was pregnant. You could lose your scholarship. Your whole college career is over. Although that's not an excuse, because she was a full-grown adult and she had options, and she should have dealt with the situation accordingly like a grown-ass woman. And she's not a child, and I want people to make sure that they keep that in mind when they're discussing her case and talking about it. This was not a 14-year-old girl who was scared. She was pregnant. She didn't know what she was going to do. My parents were going to kill me, blah, blah, blah. This was a 20-year-old grown-ass woman. So I'm just curious. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think that they're actually going to go through with this, if they're going to keep the charges, and if you think that she will actually be charged with the abuse of a corpse, which I believe is a Class D felony, and I think she can serve like a year or so in jail for that. The other two I do believe are misdemeanors. Now, however, if they can prove that the baby took a breath, I am sure that they will more than likely add on, murder, some kind of murder charge to those pile of charges. However, right now, I don't think the preliminary report didn't tell much. And so I'm really curious, do you think that if murder doesn't get added, if they can't prove that the baby took a breath, do you think that she will get convicted of these charges and serve a little bit of jail? And do you think she deserves it? Do you think that she deserves the jail time and to learn her lesson? I personally do, but everyone's got a different decision. And I'm really curious about what people's views and opinions are. So let me know that in the comments. Hold on, guys. I'm going to cough. We're still getting over this back to school cold. So if you got kids, you know what I'm talking about right there. You can guarantee that everyone's going to get sick that first month or two when those little grimy kids go back to school and they're all, with the snot and nonsense. Excuse me. So, guys, Gypsy Rose is back on TikTok. Apparently, Gypsy Rose is back. She's coming back to the spotlight of TikTok, which doesn't really surprise me. However, I will give her credit. She stayed off longer than I ever thought possible. But I do think she stayed off because of the whole CPS involvement with the drug use and Ken and the rehab and all that. But she did stay off a whole lot longer than I thought she would have. However, I do believe today that she decided she was going to make a comeback. And I'm wondering if she's not out there watching Ryan, battling on his lives, making crazy money, thinking that, like, I want a piece of that too. You know what I mean? Because, well, we all know that he lost his job, and so he's been live all day, every day. When I tell y'all, all day, every day, he's been putting more effort into this than I could ever see anybody put any effort into teaching. But, y'all, he shows up all day, every day on these lives, doing his polls, doing his battles, and I'm not, man, I don't even know. But is Gypsy Rose back to do what? Is she back to be a hot mess? Is she back because she wants a little piece of Ryan's battling? Because watch, that will be next. Mark my words. You heard it here. Next thing you know, in the next few days, Gypsy Rose is going to be battling on her lives, okay? Because we all know she's broke. She can't pay her rent. They're all broke, apparently. Ain't nobody got a job. So she will be back and she will be battling. Watch, I called it. You heard it here first. So tell me, guys, do you think she's going to do the battling? Do you think, where is Ken? Where do y'all think Ken is? Do you believe that he's in rehab? Do you think they're still together? Do you think she has the baby? Because I'm really starting to question that just because of the whole CPS thing, but I don't know. I've just been really curious lately. There hasn't been much to follow because honestly, she hasn't really been on, so it's really just a lot of nonsense. However, when I saw her back today, I kind of giggled a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, she definitely wants a piece of Ryan's live battling money. But I really am going to put in a suggestion with Ryan. I want to watch Gypsy Rose battle Ryan in a live. Like, let's have a little fun with this crap now. Because I think she put us through enough hell for the last year or two that let's go. Let's make a mockery out of it. Those two can go battle for their money. Oh, I don't know what just happened, but apparently I had some kind of screen issues, but I'm back. And then the last thing, guys, that I wanted to bring up is Kate Gosselin. Has anybody been over on TikTok and seen Kate Gosselin, seeing Kate Gosselin doing her TikTok thing? First of all, she's been cooking and she's been showing cleaning tips and, in good old-fashioned Kate Gosselin, But she's been acting really weird. Like, she's sitting there acting really strange and camera shy. Like, this chick has never been in front of a camera. Like, we all remember when she was in front of the tabloids and had the John and Kate Plus 8 show and the Kate Plus 8 or whatever the hell it was. And she was on Dancing with the Stars and, trying to be some kind of permanent television personality, and now all of a sudden she's sitting there and she's looking really awkward lately in her TikTok lives. However, she's been getting a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback from her viewers and her followers, which I'm not going to lie, really surprises me. And it really surprises me because of the allegations that Colin Gosselin made against her about the physical abuse, the emotional, mental abuse, having him taken away and estranged from his siblings, all of that. Now, I'm not going to lie. I really do believe that there was abuse in that family. I really do believe that Kate would be physical with them. I do believe Colin when he says it. I do believe that she was almost like a Ruby Frankie, right? Like her main goal was always to look perfect on TV and to make money. It didn't matter if it was her dating show, Dancing with the Stars, Kate Blanchett, like those kids were her money. They were her money cow, her cash cow. And I think that she needed to make sure that those kids fell in line to make sure the money kept rolling in. What I don't like is a lot of people, they give John Gosselin the free pass because of how bad it seemed like Kate, oh look, moves back, how bad it seemed like Kate treated John, which she did. Let's be real. Kate Gosselin treated John like complete crap. All right? Just, I think there was some, emotional abuse going on there too. And that was definitely, I feel like, towards John from Kate. But I don't know, guys. I just feel like she's definitely abusive. I really do believe that it happened. I do know that I believe Colin is writing a book about his experience and everything else. But everybody keeps giving John a pass. And I don't believe John deserves that kind of pass. Now, I know later on he separated from her. They got divorced. He was estranged from the kids for a majority of the time. However, I feel like people need, if you're going to hold Kate Gosselin responsible, then you absolutely have to hold John Gosselin responsible also. Because I think a lot of that abuse with the kids started at home when they were little. And John was there for that. And I think John just sat back. He let Kate run the show, do what she needed to do because he liked the money coming in. Remember, he used to work in IT. He stepped back. He didn't work in IT anymore. He kind of just let Kate make the money, do what she had to do, just like the Ruby Frankie situation. I don't think her husband should get away scot-free either. I think that all of the parents should be responsible if there's abuse going on, whether or not you laid a hand on your kids or not. So I just feel like with all of her followers are really liking her content and really, oh, Kate Gosselin is great, which really surprises me with those allegations going on, and again, it's extremely believable. These allegations are extremely believable just because we saw her behavior on her show for all those years, right? And so it's really easy to believe the allegations, and I'm really surprised that more people aren't questioning her or, why they are just embracing her as opposed to being like, oh, wait, hold on, what's going on with this stuff with Colin? So I just find that really weird, and she kind of like just ignores it completely. She very rarely brings up Colin when people in her lives are asking questions about the kids. Again, she really just, she'll touch on it, she'll mention his name, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing my kid could ever do that I wouldn't love them. They could hate me. They could say horrible things about me. I'm going to love my kid no matter what, and I'm never going to make them feel like there's love with conditions. And I'm sorry. I don't know, guys. How do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about Kate Gosselin being back on social media? Do you believe that she's acting awkward? Because, man, something just seems off with her. And what do you guys think about these allegations that Colin Gosselin is bringing towards Kate? And do you think people are giving her a little bit more slack than they should for that? So guys, let me know in the comments. Do me a favor if you watched this video or you watched any part of it, guys. Give it a thumbs up, please. Give it a like. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Also, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Hit that bell. I am going to be doing a lot more videos over here like I've been doing. A lot more lives. So please, guys, stay tuned. I appreciate you all, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one, guys.